What if I told you that some of Southern rock's most unforgettable sounds didn't come from the headliners you know,
Living with a couple of folks, rich millionaires, sat on the money, Lord, it seemed.
but from the underdogs you don't? Behind the spotlight were bands with top 40 hits, legendary collaborators, and gritty soul, but they never became household names. One band charted a Billboard top 3 smash, another toured with Skynyrd and still vanished. From bluesy roots to proto-metal fury, these 15 acts deserve way more credit. We've ranked them from most to least popular, so stick around, because the deeper we go, the more overlooked the gems become.
I must have been through about 1,000,000.
Number 1. Elvin Bishop Group. Before Elvin Bishop scored his solo smash Fooled Around and Fell in Love,
I didn't care how much they cried, no sir.
he led a band soaked in blues, grit, and southern soul. The group's 1972 album Rock My Soul was a slow burn treasure, packed with funky grooves, biting guitar, and raw storytelling, but it never made major waves on the charts. Ironically, it was after Bishop split from the band that his voice and Mickey Thomas's vocals sent him into the Billboard top 3.
I must have been through about 1,000,000 girls.
Still, you can trace that magic back to the Elvin Bishop Group's early days. Want proof? Just cue up Traveling Shoes and feel that blues engine rev.
How much they cried, no sir. The tears left me.
Next up, a band whose R&B swagger gave Southern rock a whole new groove.
That's coming true. Everything we dreamed of.
Number 2, the Tate Brothers. Blending blue-eyed soul with Southern grit,
Way we traveled, it wasn't an easy ride.
the Tate Brothers hit it big in 1976 with Union Man,
A big man walks in with a smile, says you got to go strike today.
a funky foot-stomping anthem that climbed into the Billboard top 15. Hailing from Fayetteville, Arkansas, twin brothers Earl and Ernie Tate carved a unique lane, mixing Stax-style energy with roots rock charm. They toured with legends like Fleetwood Mac and Skynyrd,
Then my dude, oh my landlord, oh doctor.
but their genre-blurring style made them tough to market. Levon Helm of the band not only championed them, he guested on their albums.
I was driving out of Dalton. I hated a foreign land.
Still, after their brief chart run, national fame fizzled. But that soulful punch, it's aged like fine Southern whiskey. Now let's head to Texas, where a band's legal troubles nearly buried their breakout moment.
Number 3, Point Blank. Point Blank came roaring out of Irving, Texas with searing twin guitars and a raw, muscular sound. In 1981, their single Nicole cracked the top 40, reaching number 39 on the Hot 100, and they seemed poised for a breakout. But just as success was within reach, a messy lawsuit with their manager Bill Ham tore the band apart. Despite 6 albums and killer cuts like Mean to Your Queenie, they got lost in the shuffle as disco squeezed Southern rock off the airwaves. Drummer Buzzy Gruen later blamed that legal feud for stopping them cold. Still, Point Blank's raw power never faded. Next, we look at a band whose cosmic riffs nearly broke through until everything fell apart. Number 4, Stillwater. Stillwater's 1978 single Mindbender was a psychedelic southern rock jam that climbed to number 46 on the Billboard charts. Fueled by a 3-guitar attack and a talkbox solo that turned heads, they toured with big names like Atlanta Rhythm Section and built real buzz. But disaster struck when Capricorn Records folded, cutting off their momentum. To make matters worse, their tour gear was stolen in Chicago, and a scheduled appearance on Midnight Special was mysteriously pulled. Bassist Al Garbero put it bluntly, "We were starting to get airplay everywhere, and then it was gone." Stillwater had the goods, just not the luck. Now, crank the volume, because our next act came in swinging with outlaw riffs and a name to match. Number 5, Doc Holliday. Formed in Georgia in 1980, Doc Holliday hit the stage just as Southern rock was gasping for air, but they brought fire and defiance. Their self-titled debut was stacked with gritty riffs and arena-sized swagger. Songs like Lonesome Guitar and Redneck Rock and Roll offered a bold throwback to the genre's glory days. But by then, disco and new wave ruled the radio. Even touring with Blackfoot and Molly Hatchet couldn't push them through the shifting tides. Named after the infamous gunslinger, Doc Holliday didn't just play Southern rock, they fought for it. Their rebel fire still crackles for those who listen. Up next, the man behind the guitar on Ramblin' Man and Jessica, yet most fans never learned his name.
Number 6, Les Dudek. Les Dudek was the ghost in the machine behind some of Southern rock's most iconic tracks. That opening harmony on Ramblin' Man? His. The intricate bridge in Jessica? That too.
I was born in the backseat of a Greyhound bus.
He played alongside Dickie Betts and even recorded with Boz Scaggs and the Steve Miller Band. Yet despite his fingerprints on these classics, Dudek never received official songwriting credit or royalties for Jessica. His 1976 solo debut showcased a dazzling mix of rock, funk, and jazz. And when Journey invited him to join, he said no, choosing artistic freedom over fame. A true session wizard whose name slipped through the cracks. Now, let's explore a band that gave Southern rock a country western soul with a little help from Duane Allman.
Yeah, I'm sitting down in San Antonio, waiting on an 8 o'clock.
Number 7, Cowboy. Cowboy carved a dusty trail through the genre, blending Southern rock with acoustic twang and vivid storytelling. Their 1971 track, Please Be With Me, featured slide guitar by Duane Allman, adding instant credibility.
On my word, what does it mean? Is it?
Based out of Jacksonville and signed to Capricorn Records, Cowboy's music felt like campfire poetry set to steel strings. But while the Allman Brothers soared, Cowboy got left behind. Overshadowed and underpromoted. Their warm harmonies and open-road lyrics painted pictures of wide skies and long rides. It wasn't loud or flashy, but it was honest. For fans of quiet brilliance, Cowboy remains a hidden frontier worth revisiting. Coming up, Southern rock meets jazz funk, thanks to a future Rolling Stone behind the keys. Number 8, Sea Level. Born from the ashes of the Allman Brothers Band, C-Level took Southern rock somewhere unexpected, into jazz-funk territory. Led by keyboardist Chuck Leavell, who'd go on to tour with the Rolling Stones, the band fused tight rhythms, complex arrangements, and slick grooves. Their 1977 album, Cats on the Coast, earned critical praise, but radio had no idea what to do with it. Too jazzy for rock, too southern for fusion. They never broke through the charts, but their musicianship turned heads. Leavell's piano solo on Midnight Pass is pure southern sophistication. C-Level didn't just jam, they elevated the genre. Next, meet the unsung jam band who played nearly every volunteer jam, but never caught fire on the charts.
If you ever get to making what the please drop
Number 9, Grinder Switch. Grinder Switch were always just a half step from glory. Formed by Joe Dan Petty and Allman Brothers roadie, the band was signed to Capricorn and touted as the next Allmans. They opened for the Charlie Daniels Band and played nearly every volunteer jam across 12 years. Their albums were pure Southern rock, bluesy, improvisational, and full of highway soul. But despite the live energy, they lacked a breakout hit.
Pressing on my mind, those little things.
Guitarist Larry Howard once said their solos were entirely improvised on stage, and fans loved that unpredictability. Fun fact, British DJ John Peel used their instrumental Pickin' the Blues as his BBC theme. That's cult legend status. Oh, also, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive from Retro Rewind. Now let's turn it up. This next group fused Southern rock with proto-metal fury and didn't hold back. Number 10, Hydra. Hydra hit like a freight train out of Atlanta, fusing heavy riffs with soulful Southern swagger. Often described as proto-metal with a Dixie twist, their sound was louder, darker, and more aggressive than their peers. Between 1974 and 1977, they dropped 2 albums brimming with hard rock grit, but they never caught fire nationally. Without a major label push, they stayed a regional secret, adored by fans craving edge. Their track Glitter Queen is a bold mix of bluesy vocals and thunderous guitar. Proof that Southern rock wasn't just about slide guitars and harmonies. Hydra was the heavy undercurrent most missed. Next, we dive into a band whose harmonies soared, but label drama silenced them before their second album dropped. Number 11, Winters Brothers Band. The Winters Brothers Band were harmony-rich and full of heart, born out of Tennessee and powered by the sibling duo Donnie and Dennis Winters. Their sound blended classic Southern rock with sweet melodic songwriting that often stole the spotlight during live sets. Taz DeGregorio of the Charlie Daniels Band believed in them so much he helped produce their debut. But just as they were gaining ground, legal disputes between labels shelved their second album Coast to Coast. Then the industry pivoted hard to disco. Their momentum vanished, but their volunteer jam performances live on as proof of what could have been. Coming up, a band named after a famous road, and their music was just as gritty and well-traveled.
Won't you help me find some shelter? Lord, I don't want.
Number 12, Jackson Highway. Jackson Highway took their name from the fabled Muscle Shoals stretch of asphalt, and their music was every bit as Southern as the soil it ran through. Their 1977 self-titled album delivered polished storytelling and blues-soaked swagger with tracks like Locks and Bolts and Hinges. Though they earned regional airplay and respect from insiders, the scene was too crowded.
Just hold on, what you got, what you got.
Without a breakout hit or major label muscle, they got lost behind bigger names like Skynyrd and 38 Special. Still, the soul in their sound made them a deep cut worth digging up. Want raw Southern charm? This band wore it on their sleeve. Now, a band whose swampy soul came straight from the Mississippi mud, and major producers couldn't quite capture their fire.
I'm a honky-tonk man, said I can't seem to stop.
Number 13, Eric Quincy Tate. Eric Quincy Tate was a Mississippi group that cooked up a swamp rock stew, equal parts soul, blues, and greasy funk. Their 1970 debut, produced by Tony Joe White and Jerry Wexler, should have been huge. But instead of capturing their raw, high-energy sound, it smoothed things over with studio polish and session players, losing the punch that lit up their live shows. As the band put it, they tried to put us in a mold, and it didn't fit. Still, that original album became a cult favorite, especially after its 2006 reissue. They didn't play by the rules, and that made them unforgettable. Now we head to the hills, where country, folk, and rock collided on a psychedelic front porch.
And I've been happy here for now 40 years.
Number 14, Goose Creek Symphony. Goose Creek Symphony sounded like they rolled straight out of a mountain jam session with a banjo in one hand and a cosmic lyric sheet in the other. Based in Arizona but rooted in Southern vibes, they mixed country, folk, and psychedelic rock into something quirky, rustic, and totally their own.
If you find that city life is not the life for you, and you want
Albums like Welcome to Goose Creek and I'll Feed You the Blues didn't chart, but they drew a devoted cult following who dug their weird, wonderful style. They never fit radio formats, but their music painted stories of backwoods life and wild-eyed wanderers. Offbeat? Sure, but never boring. And finally, we end with a band whose name matched their mellow sound, a quiet treasure from Music City. Number 15, Barefoot Jerry. Barefoot Jerry didn't chase fame, they chased feel. Hailing from Nashville, they delivered a relaxed, rootsy blend of country and southern rock with laid-back charm.
leave your shoes under the bed. It's good for your feet, but it's better for your head.
Their sound stood in contrast to the loud, riff-heavy acts of the era. Tracks like Watchin' TV with the radio on and Southern Delight weren't built for radio, but felt like warm Tennessee afternoons. Made up of Nashville session players, their arrangements were tight, smooth, and often underappreciated. They may not have made the charts, but their music has aged beautifully. Want something mellow and meaningful? Take off your shoes. Barefoot Jerry's waiting. From Billboard Top 3 hits to hidden porch jam legends, these 15 bands revealed just how deep Southern rock ran in the 70s. Some brushed fame, others burned bright and vanished, but all of them left behind music worth rediscovering. Whether it's Les Dudek's uncredited brilliance or Doc Holliday's defiant riffs, these aren't just bands, they're stories of talent, timing, and what might have been. So which one surprised you most? Or did we miss a gem you still spin today? Drop a comment below, like this video, and subscribe for more deep dives into forgotten rock history. Keep that Southern spirit alive.
If I leave you tomorrow, when you're on the street, got to